Yeah, Shawn Hawkins. I play Mirage in War for Cybertron Trilogy.
What's up, Autobots, Decepticons, and everything in between, to another episode of Trans Theories, but this one's a little bit different because today we're doing a Q&A with the War for Cybertron Transformers Siege voice actor, Shawn Hawkins.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Jason. It's great to be here. Yeah, Shawn Hawkins. I play Mirage in War for Cybertron Trilogy. Hope you guys got to check out Siege and then get excited for Earthrise coming up. So I'm super stoked to be here chatting with you.
Well, thanks for taking time out of your day, Shawn, to come on the Trans Theory Show. Really appreciate it. So, I guess my first question to ask you is, what got you into voice acting, and what tips could you give people who want to get into the voice acting, like tips and tricks and stuff?
Yeah. So I was originally a musician from upstate New York, went to school in Nashville, and then transferred into acting. So I did a lot of film and TV first. Voiceover was always something I wanted to do, did voices as a kid, but then decided that, I wanted to pursue it in LA, but the first audition I had was actually Transformers. So believe it or not, the first big voiceover audition I had was for Transformers, ended up booking it and going to do it. So the big thing I say is just get out there, put yourself out there. Nowadays, you can do so many things with YouTube and all the online sites, make voices, make a character reel, just come up with stuff, write your own script, put them all together and just showcase that for your friends and try to, obviously if you're in California, you can do stuff like that. New York, you can go to auditions and whatnot, but now the film industry is spreading out. So really anywhere you are, you can try to submit your stuff for some different projects, some of your voiceover stuff. I'm always happy to talk with fans or upcoming voiceover actors about the process, but there's really no fine line on how to do it. Just start putting your work out there and start making connections on Instagram with new people. So that's my kind of random advice, but
Well, that's good. I mean, I definitely agree, because the way I got with my channel, the ball rolling, is I got connections. Like my competitor, I guess you could say at the time, was the Fire Brothers, and they were doing Patreon, and if you would pay like $5 a month, they give you a shout out, and that's how I got a lot of my initial audience. So connections definitely help.
Well, and I'll also say too, you, Jason, with Trans Theories, one of my biggest inspirations for starting a YouTube channel.
Thanks,
so,
man.
I mean, your channel is such a huge part of the community, and I look up to Jason and what he's doing for my channel and some of the projects I'm doing. So it's all about community, and that's really the beautiful thing about the Transformers community is everybody's so kind and giving with their time and support. And so yeah, thank you to you and everybody for welcoming me so with open arms,
Anytime, a person anyone from the Transformers community is always family to me. You need help, I'm always there for you. Well, Shawn, I really appreciate that answer. The second question I was, you kind of answered this, but I might as well just read it off again. Who is your biggest inspiration that got you into voice acting?
Inspiration. So a lot of different stuff. I mean, when I think of like voiceover acting stuff that I would love to be doing, I mean, obviously Transformers just never crossed my mind. I thought there was no way I was going to be doing Transformers. So that was really cool. But I mean, stuff like Family Guy, The Simpsons, Rick and Morty, shows like that are always like, man, if I could be a part of something like that, it's just really cool. And you get to be on, season after season. So those are some of the shows I look up to. But like I said, never expected Transformers. So glad to be a part of it. And then hopefully there's going to be some more films down the line that I can, get my hands on. So I know there's some upcoming Transformers animated projects and stuff. So
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I can't think of any other. I mean, and then I have a huge love for film and TV, in the indie world and stuff like that too. So I try to do a little bit of everything. I audition on a regular basis for a lot of different, television, commercial projects, things like that. So try to do a little bit of everything, but the voiceover world is so fun. I really love it.
Well, it's a good thing you love your work, because I mean, it's better to do a job that you enjoy. I enjoy doing what I do, editing videos. I mean, I'm kind of a perfectionist of my stuff, right? Like if I would say a word, then the clip would have to be on that exact word, and that would take so much time to do. But it's a perfectionist thing of me, which say and I love it. If I hated this job, if I wasn't a perfectionist, my videos would probably be out twice as fast. But since I just do quality over quantity, it takes me a while. But I would definitely respect the hustle, man.
Yeah, well, and that's something that everybody can probably take away from this is like, follow our lead in the sense of just do what you love, the money will follow, everything else will fall into place. And it's not necessarily about the how, as I've started to learn. It's not how is it going to happen. It's just keep doing what you love, and the avenues will kind of start appearing on how to get you to the next step and the next step and the next step. So if you're an artist out there, anybody watching, or you want to be a VO actor or an actor in general or whatever, just keep following that passion, and you'll eventually you'll find your way to where you want to be. So, and keep doing what you love. Keep doing what you love.
What you got to do. Another comment on that is I think there's definitely a lot of voice actors out there, because I did a stop motion, like a little animation with Transformers and stuff, and people wanted me to do a second part. It was like the Fallen's Revenge, I believe, and everybody was like, hey, can I do voice acting? It would definitely help, because then I would have to do all the voice acting. So if I ever do a second part, I'm definitely looking up to people, because there's a lot of people want to do it.
Yeah.
But the next question would be is and I know you kind of already answered this as well, but it's kind of somewhat different, is how did you get involved with the Transformers War for Cybertron show? And by chance, could you tell us how the process went and how you recorded your lines?
Yeah. So it was really cool. So like I said, it was one of the first bigger voiceover auditions I had, but of course they had a code name for the show. So it wasn't Transformers, they had character code names. So I didn't know until I was in the room reading it, but I went to this little rinky-dink spot in Hollywood to audition. There was a bunch of guys my age there. And we went in the room and read it, but reading it, I started to think, I was like, man, this sounds a lot like Transformers, but they didn't say anything. So I did the role. I ended up getting a call back, so I went into the studio and was doing a session, kind of like it would actually be. You're with the microphone, you're in the booth, and I read for Bumblebee for the first 2 callbacks for Siege, and thought I was going to get Bumblebee. Was really excited about that. And then they ended up giving me a Mirage. And at first I was like, okay, it's still really exciting. Happy to have Mirage. But as the series went on and I recorded the lines and I understood Mirage better, I was like, man, I'm really thankful I got Mirage. I relate to him so well. I love his role in the series, everything with the space bridge and his where he falls between the Decepticons and the Autobots. I really like it. So, was very thankful to do that. Went into the studio. We did. I can't give away all the information, but we did the lines for Siege, and it was really fun. The engineer and the producers were all there. FJ was there, the writer, creator, and they had a really good idea how they wanted us to do the lines. But then I also brought to it what I wanted to bring to it, and then you just meet those two in the middle. But it was neat. I got to see some of the early animation for the project when it was just kind of drawing and no color, so it was just
that's cool.
Kind of sharp movement. So yeah, that was kind of the process of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of find it interesting. You applied for Bumblebee and then you got Mirage, but at least you love the character Mirage, and now everybody's kind of viewing you as the Mirage guy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you feel if, in let's say an alternate timeline, you got Bumblebee?
If I got Bumblebee?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be great. I'd love to voice any of the characters. I think for me, what it was, or what they were seeing, was the youthfulness of Bumblebee, but then is why they were looking at me. But also, I like how they took the spin on Mirage and brought a more youthful energy to him, which you hadn't really seen in a lot of the past, stuff in Mirage. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm really grateful to have done it. But if I did get to do Bumblebee, I mean, that would have been cool too. I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, Joey, who did Bumblebee, did a fantastic job too. So it's like we're all just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, I liked his take and how he kind of made him into a kind of like a Han Solo-esque character.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Probably one of my favorites besides the Bumblebee movie.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yep. Cool.
My next question, I guess would be question 4, would be prior to joining the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege show, were you a Transformers fan?
Yeah, I was, but not nearly to the extent that I am now. So I watched, when I was younger, I saw a little bit of G1, didn't really know. I was kind of in a middle age for that. And then I think, like you, Jason, the Bayverse films were the first things that I saw in theaters. And then, of course, they're always on at a friend's house or something like that. So that was kind of where I got introduced. But then when I had to start researching for Mirage for the role of the show, that's kind of where I started digging into everything. And now getting to connect with all the fans on Instagram and, hopefully here YouTube as well. I'm really starting to learn a lot of stuff. I mean, like from seeing your videos and then Optimus Prime, I've seen a lot of his videos and stuff. So it's like, there's so much out there to learn. So my goal is to sit down in the coming months now that, I forget who was telling me the other day, everything's on Tubi. So I can go back and watch G1 and the Prime series and Cybertron, all that stuff. So I got to go back and watch some stuff so I know all, as much as I can know.
Yeah, like the Legacy cartoons are some of the best. I mean, I've never gotten myself to watch G1. I still have to because I've heard it's really good. I've gotten myself to see most of Prime. I mean, if you like War for Cybertron, Shawn, you're going to love Prime. I mean, Prime, I think fans actually regard as the golden standard, like the best Transformers cartoon. Well, subjective, but one of the best.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've heard it's like a big fan favorite. So I'll have to go in and watch that. But yeah, I want to be able to keep up with all you guys because now there's so much to know. But I'm learning a lot from the fans, everything they're teaching me, which I think is really cool. So
yeah, community is king.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, question 5 would be, what is your favorite Transformers continuity or series?
Well, so I guess this kind of goes along with the last one. I mean, right now I'm biased. Probably War for Cybertron is. I think, without giving too much away, I think I'm going to really like Earthrise. Hopefully the fans will relate to it too. But yeah, Earthrise. So War for Cybertron's up there. Hopefully, I think Prime will be too once I see it. But again, I haven't seen a ton of it. So I'm going to be biased and vote for myself and War for Cybertron.
Well, I mean, it's a good show.
Okay, good.
Definitely, yeah, I actually really enjoyed the first season. I think I binged it all in 6 or 4 hours. The first day it came out, I woke up early before school and just saw that thing. I liked it.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
Another continuity, if you ever get the chance to look at it, is Transformers Animated. That's also a really cool one. It was a shame that they cut it at I think it was season 4 or 3 from Cartoon Network. Because they were going to try to make the characters look like more of the Bay films and end the series, but sadly got cut.
Oh, I'll have to check that. We were going to do, we were working on some trivia questions for animated. So I'll have to, I got to go back and watch that, but I'll check that out. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, the next quote, you kind of already answered this. The question on here will be, have you ever seen a live action film? But I guess I'll retool the question to say, out of all the Michael Bay films, which one did you connect the most? Which one did you see first, and which one was your favorite?
Well, I saw the 2007 film first. I still think that's probably my favorite. It's the most, I think, because it's been a while since I've seen those films too, but I think it's the one that sticks in my memory the most, so it's probably why I'm saying it's my favorite. But I'll have to. It's
kind of like the first time you see Optimus Prime transform on screen, and that image just gets burned into you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a big moment. I mean, it was just a big moment for the community, to have those films coming out. And I'm hoping, like I said, they've got some more films coming out down the line, live action stuff. So hopefully it's a whole new revamp for Transformers. It's, it's coming back strong. So
yeah, I mean, after the financial, at least the last night, which was the 5th Michael Bay film. And some people like it, some people hate it. I personally didn't think it was, I don't think it was bad, but out of the 5, it was bad.
Right.
I mean, but with the Bumblebee reboot that came out, and connected it back to G1, and people always thought that we can't do G1 designs with them on live action, but Travis Knight proved them wrong. And I mean, some people love those designs, some people hate them, but I think they're a really good compromise.
Yeah, I like the balance of that too, and also I heard great things about the Bumblebee movie, so I think they're headed in the right direction with it. I think if they can kind of meet the fans in the middle with what they loved about the Michael Bay stuff and also what they love about the cartoons, like you're saying, if they can meet in the middle, I think everybody will be, happy with that. So.
Hopefully one day we'll be up in par with Marvel. We just got to hope for that day.
That's right. Yeah. In the big league.
Well, my next question, I guess you would be biased towards this one, but who's your favorite Transformer and why?
I do say when I get this question, I think Optimus Prime is probably my favorite. I just like his I don't know, his know-all, his guidance, he's the leader of the group, and I do look up to him. And even as playing Mirage, I looked up to him. So, of course, I love Mirage. I love the character. He's one of my favorites. But I think getting to see Optimus Prime on screen is a pretty cool deal. You're always rooting for him. You're always on his team. So
he's the cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think my first actually incarnation of Optimus, if I'm not mistaken, was either the Michael Bay one or Transformers animated. I think it was actually animated, but animated Prime. Oh my god! I mean, even though he wasn't voiced by Peter Cullen, I forgot the voice actor. I believe he was the same voice actor who voiced Primal in G1. He great. I mean, that series. I mean, everybody when they first saw designs, at least what I've heard, they hated him. Once they watched the story and like the show, and the story was really good. One of the best shows up there too. So I definitely still recommend that.
Nice. Yeah, I got to go check animated. Okay, I'll get back to you on that. That's cool.
All right. Well, my next question would be, what inspired you to create the Transformers Trivia YouTube channel and let the fans of Transformers get a chance to be part of the show?
Yeah. You know, I was connecting with a lot of fans on Instagram, and I just kept wanting to give back in different ways. I did a couple giveaways with some signed stuff, you know, signed Mirage figures and stuff. And I was like, man, how can we make this like a more inclusive thing for all the fans? And so I bounced back and forth a lot of different ideas, but eventually I was like, you know what, trivia? What about like a weekly trivia night? Because I used to love like going to trivia night here in LA. You'd go once a week and everybody would have so much fun or whatever. But I was like, that's something I think all the fans, all the way from G1, you know, the fans in the 80s to, you know, the comics, the toys, there's so many members in different groups. So I was like, let's try this. And then we, of course, shot a first couple episodes. The trailer just released today. Jason was actually in an episode. I'm really excited for you guys to see that. And yeah, we've had some fans. We had a couple voiceover actors in. So I think it's going to be really fun. But yeah, the whole thing is I want the fans to feel like, and they don't have to know everything. I just want them to feel like they can be a part of it. So they can apply to be on the show. We try to get as many people on as we can. And each week it's 2 fans or voiceover actors, special guests who go head to head on 15 multiple choice trivia questions. So it's going to be fun. Next Tuesday, October 13th at 3 p.m. PST is the first episode release. So we're gearing up for that. But yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm kind of biased because I was in one, but at least I know the people are going to love it. I mean, the questions span from movie to cartoon to toy. I mean, it's so anybody from any age or a group or realm of Transformers can enjoy it because that's something for all of them, and I think that's something you captured really well.
Oh, thanks, man. So yeah, Jason, for those of you guys at home who didn't know, Jason really helped me with guidance, kind of getting me to the stage of getting the channel released and whatnot. So obviously he knows his stuff, so I reached out to him and he's been very supportive, but getting him to be on the show was even cooler. So really, yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see the YouTuber episode. It's going to be really fun.
It's going to be really fun, guys. You definitely will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, my next question would be, this is a long one. This kind of actually goes back to a previous one, but it's kind of different in a way too. But question 9 would be, as you probably know, there's a lot of Transformers fans who love Transformers. Some get an idea to create a YouTube channel and talk about their passion, but some don't go through with it. What advice or motivation could you give to those people to create a channel and talk about their passion?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's always a big undertaking. Even doing the trivia, I've got a lot of stuff going on in my life outside of just that. So it was a big endeavor, and I think it always will be. But if you're passionate about it, you like talking about it, you like doing it, just start taking the steps to put it out there, one step at a time. If you want to put a YouTube channel out, try to get that first episode filmed or get the first script for that episode written. And then just keep following the steps. You learn as you go, and there doesn't have to be like a time crunch, even though I put really strict time crunches on myself. I get that pressure. You're like, I got to get this done by this date and this. But it's like,
I can stand by that.
Yeah, once you start releasing them, you're on a time crunch. But the thing is, just take it step by step, but don't give up on those projects. Put them out there. I think it's important. You guys have something that you want to say, and people will listen. If you're passionate about it. So, just keep pushing. Yeah.
I can definitely stand by all that because when I created the Trans Theories channel, I had it I actually came from. The Trans Theories wasn't my first channel. I had 2 channels before. One was a gaming channel under my mom, which got taken away because she lost her account. So I made another one called Jason TRSM, filming Minecraft things of all nature. And that never really took off. Only had 99 subscribers, I think, at the end of the day, and I eventually had to leave. And then one day I came back because I was thinking, because my friends were like, you're a gamer, we play games. Might as well bring another gaming channel. So I'm thinking, well, I don't know if I want to do gaming. The first one didn't work out, and I always thought, because I grew up like watching the Michael Bay films, as I said earlier, and I watched them like so many times. I mean, this thing was my guilty pleasure, I guess some could say, or my candy. I just loved watching these things. I mean,
yeah.
And I just watched it so many times, and I'm like, and I'm looking, because, you know, they're not perfect. I mean, of course, they have plot holes. I mean, it's Michael Bay film, but and I'm like, and I'm looking at the market, and I'm seeing that nobody else is really kind of covering the plot holes. So I'm like, might as well step up to the plate. And this goes back to your point of like quality over quantity. I mean, my first video, if you watch it, I mean, it's not that good, but I researched everything, you know, and I put everything all in one plate, and I tried to make it as best as possible before I put it out. Right. And that's how the first thing is. But yeah, definitely, if you're ever starting a YouTube channel and you really love it, don't be pressured to push it out, because I think if your first impressions are king. I mean, my video got a lot of people to me. It wasn't that good compared to my stuff now, but that first video got me my audience. And if you work really hard and, you know, you take your time with it, you may not be quick or fast, you know, school, work, whatever comes up. But once you have it all done and post it out there, let's go for it. I mean, you never know if you don't try.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Jason, that's even great advice that it's resonating with me. So I think, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's all good stuff. But just do what you love, and don't be afraid to put that first video out, because even like with Transformers Trivia, you know, we're seeing with the first video, I'm like, oh, I would have done this different, or I would have done this different. But that's the part of you learn as you go, like Jason's saying. You just keep growing and getting better. So, yeah.
All right. Well, my next question would be, and I noticed, like, again, this kind of has been somewhat answered. Anything that you could tell us about Earthrise or Kingdom at this time?
Yeah, you know, I wish I could say more, but I don't want to get a slap on the wrist. It's coming soon, I'm guessing, by the trailer coming out, so I really can't say too much more than that. But when Earthrise comes out, you know, we'll have to have another chat, and we can get into it a little bit more. But yeah, I don't even know if I don't know.
Don't risk it if you can't.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna risk it, but it's good. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
I mean, if people like Siege, you're gonna like Earthrise. I hope it's on Earth. I don't know if it is. I mean, it's like the toys, man. I mean, I love the toys. Those are like so cool. Like the first G1S toys I had, and then you like the cool thing is what your team did. It's like they took the toys and they put them into the show.
Yeah.
So like the way they transform on the show is they transform, like, that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, that was a great idea, and great for Hasbro to do. But yeah, I'm loving the toys so far. I love the designs and everything they're coming up with. So, yeah.
All right. Well, question 11 would be, if you had the chance to voice act any part for any character or any show or anything on any TV, movie, show or whatever, who would it be and why?
Voice. Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably say that it hasn't come out yet, but let's see. I mean, like I said, Transformers was a huge thing. I was like, this is crazy. But I mean, I don't know. For me, like, again, like, it goes back to, like, if I could do a voice on like Rick and Morty or something, just some wacky voice, I think that'd be so fun. But then, you know, I have dreams as a film and TV actor too, to do some bigger stuff. I had an independent film that I let in 2017. Next year it's coming out. It should be coming out. And things like that. So if I could lead in a big film with, like, I mean, gosh, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio or something, I'd be very happy with that too. So we'll see.
You can't go bad with him. He's really good.
Yeah. So big things hopefully down the line. But Transformers was a really cool thing. So I try to remember that and be thankful for that. So.
So question 12 would be, with getting the spot on Siege right now, do you plan in the future to work with Hasbro, Netflix, or are you planning to branch off to new places?
Well, a little bit of both. I absolutely would love the opportunity to be in some of the upcoming projects that they've got going. I know they've got the animated and they've got a couple more live actions, so I'm absolutely going to try to get into those, working on that now. And then as far as moving forward, yeah, I'm always, like I said, I'm always auditioning for different stuff, and I take work as it comes. This year's been different for everybody just because of coronavirus and how things are playing out, which has allowed me more time to do Transformers trivia and kind of develop that. It's my way of staying creative during this time. But as far as other projects, yeah, I mean, there'll be more film stuff and different things that come up that I'll do along the way. So I keep myself pretty busy. So when projects knock on my door, I'm usually open to taking them. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, man, you got to take the hustle. Anything you can get and you love, enjoy it, go for it.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
I guess this kind of goes into my next question is, with the Transformers Trivia show, how long are you planning to continue it for?
Transformers Trivia. Gosh, I hope it has some stamina to it. I hope it continues to go. I'd love to do a bunch of trivia stuff with it, but then maybe it'll mold into other things. I haven't fully developed what that might mean, but maybe it'll. I don't know yet. But yeah, I see doing a lot of trivia, having a lot of special guests. I hope eventually to get to a point where we can have some really cool, like if I could get Peter Cullen to be on the show, that would be awesome. Incredible. So things like that I'm obviously thinking about, but beyond that, maybe there'll be like sub channels in the channel that other little game things, or maybe it spans out to some other cool shows. I don't know yet. So I haven't gotten there yet, but yes, the plan is to have a long running show. So,
well, the good thing with that is, I mean, it can morph and change, and get bigger and better. Because I mean, when I started my thing, I just started strictly with theories, and then other people all said, "Hey, what if this character never died? And then what if I survive spawn from that?" And I kind of stopped doing that because I want to focus more on the theories. But then the Outlash for the they want it back because it was such a great series. So I'm like, all right, and then currently. As the time of this recording, I'm working on the Starscream video, which will probably be out when this video's out.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
My next question is, have you been familiar with any other Mirage voices who played Mirage character in the past?
Yeah, so Frank Welker, I think, was the first one that I studied when I was bringing in Mirage. And I think my first goal was to kind of bring it similar to that. So I had something that was maybe... when I walked into the studio, a lot closer to that. But like I said, the engineers and the writers and everybody, they had a really good idea of where they wanted it to go. And then I got to let go and say, you know what? It's not about being this other voice actor, or trying to emulate his voice. It's just about bringing what I have to offer to the table, mixed with what the producers, engineer, and FJ wanted. So there was freedom in that. But I did study a lot of that older, the G1 stuff and some of I looked at Bayverse a little bit, but that was a little bit different. So I tried to look at all the different styles. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to be in a category with those big names now, but still, I would love to get the chance to meet Frank and Peter and a lot of the other guys who have been a part of it throughout the years. So we'll see. But yeah, I totally look up to those guys, and it's really an honor to be a part of it. So yeah,
because the thing, and I'm almost positive it's going to happen, because there's a YouTube channel out there who lists off Transformers voice actors, and they'll talk about Optimus or Megatron or Shockwave or Hatchet, and I'll promise you, dude, I mean, you take a few months when they make a Mirage video, you're going to be in there because it's the current voice actor, so you're going to be immortalized in that video.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll have to check it out.
Cool thing with Mirage is because I know that at least I only have two figures. There's the Siege one right here, beautiful figure. Yeah. Love this guy. And then you got the Bayverse one, which is like they turned them all red and they gave them swords in an Italian accent, and then they gave him the name Dino for copyright reasons because of the Ferrari. But everybody's like, "Oh, that's not my Mirage," and I guess if the Bayverse was like a weird mixed bag, and I mean that's why I kind of like it because it's its own thing, and Mirage in that movie was cool. It's a shame that his voice actor died during production of the film. He got all his lines in, and then I think he passed sometime before the film actually came out. Yeah. I don't know if they gave him a special honor in the credits. I'll have to double check, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's sad, man. But then, he goes down in Transformers history, and he's a part, so glad he got to be a part of the film. But, yeah, I mean, that I think both Mirages are super cool. I think, they're different, but I love the takes on both of them and what they did. I don't have any, bias towards one or the other. So, I love it.
Well, Shawn, I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day and joining the Trans Theory show, and I'm pretty sure my fans will enjoy seeing you, and if you want to do any more collabs in the future, definitely be down. And before I go, Shawn actually has a special offer for you guys.
Yeah, Jason, again, thank you so much for having me. This was super, super fun. Thank you guys all for watching. Keep supporting his channel. He does some really cool stuff. So I was going to do a special little giveaway for you guys watching. So I'm going to do a signed Mirage figure from Netflix, War for Cybertron Siege, and I'm going to mail that to you. But in order to enter the contest, you need to subscribe to Trans Theories, Subscribe to Transformers Trivia, which maybe Jason will just plug below. So subscribe to those 2 channels, and then go to Instagram at Shawn_Hawkins. And when you follow me, you can DM me and say Trans Theories. And if you say Trans Theories, then I know you entered this giveaway. So go subscribe to both of us, enter the giveaway, and good luck to you. But yeah, Jason, thank you again so much for having me. This was really fun.
It's been an honor, Shawn, and thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Have a nice rest of your day.
You too. You too.